We are slightly behind here, 44%. You can see we need a 7 or a queen or a spade. So if you're just tuning into the spins, how this works, if you win, you move up in stakes. If you lose 2, you move down in stakes, right? Now it gets a little bit higher at the higher levels. The $100 spin level, you have to win 2 to move up to the 250s. And if you lose 2, you move down to the 50s. And at the $250 level, you have to win 2 in a row to move up to the top of the ladder, which is the $500 level. Once you reach the top of the ladder and you play until you lose, and then we restart at the bottom of the ladder, try and make our way all the way back up to the top. So right now, we are starting at the $100 level, okay? Now, we finished last episode, we lost a 100s. We only have one shot here. We got to win 2 in a row at the 100s to move up, but we've got a chance. Let's get the first one going here. First $100 spin, and we're waiting for a player, and we'll get it going. Oh, I really thought we were going for 2,500 there. I was absolutely debated. Okay, Wampin Tyrion and Halabardio 777. Okay. All right, we're going to go with Wamp and Hal. Wamp and Hal. Limp call with a Jack 10. Go to a flop of Ace King King. It's actually an okay flop for us, to be honest. We have a gut shot. We have Jack High, which is good sometimes. We have a lot of outs against middling pairs. It's okay to call. But if they continue on the turn, I mean, we're struggling. It goes check, check. River's a queen. We bet. We bet reasonable size as well. We're not trying to get called by like 9 high, are we? We're trying to get called by a king, trying to get called by a queen, or an ace or a queen. A king is obviously going to keep betting and show aggression earlier. Should we limp here? I don't mind limping, actually, because this opens the door for us. It might trap Wamp in this spot here. Hopefully they just go for the jam. Would be perfect. Ace queen against king 6. Okay. We're in pretty good shape. We block the clubs as well. No king, no 6. And we've got it. We are going heads up against Wamp for $200 to win our first $100 spin, and then it would be the next spin decides it, right? If we win this one, the next spin will decide whether we go up to 250 or down to 50. Let's raise here with the 4-7 over this limp. We actually flop a pretty decent draw here. Bet 120. I don't want to get jammed on, which maybe makes me want to check this flop, honestly. The open ender, it really sucks if they shove in a spot. They're going to have a lot of better draws, etc. But thankfully they don't. It's a spot I need to look into, I think. Fold the 3 deuce to the min raise. 3 deuce, pretty bad hand. Ace deuce suited. I don't mind going for a limp jam if they're raised to like 120 here. But they just call. I'm going to bet with bottom pair. There's a lot of overcards, right, that have equity. So I think it's actually fine to bet, get some protection from our hand. We do sometimes screw up when they like check raise us, and it's like, oh, we've blown, you know, we've built a pot here with bottom pair, and like we've put ourselves in tough spots. But I don't think it's enough of a concern to where we would prefer to check. They go for an overbet of the river. I think a pretty easy fold now. Club's complete, a lot of straights complete, just a lot of hands that can be better than ours. I think it's fine to fold the pair of 2s. 4s, just jam over this. 15 blinds with the pair, I think is okay. One of those hands again, and there's not too many hands that just want to rip for 15 there. There's a lot of raise calls and a lot of raise folds, but I think that's okay. Big raise, 5.5x. Weird, we were timing out there. Check our very playable 8-7 suited and go for a check raise here. I think they're going to bet a reasonably wide range of hands that value some protection when we check, but just check, check. So we'll bet on the turn now with our straight. And overbet. The reason I'm overbetting is because they don't have full houses or straights that check back the flop. So we can go really big for value there, I think. Shove the 6. No, limp fold. Actually, 6-7 suited. Shove it, I think, is right on the edge. Here we have a gutter. Backdoor flush draw. To bet or not to bet is kind of the issue. I'm going to check turn and probably bluff river if it checks to us here. And if they bet, just folds. Biggest spin ever in terms of multiplier is 25x, and in terms of dollars is 1K. And I've played maybe like, I don't know how many spins I've played in my life. Maybe 500, something like that. Like not too much, actually. Ace-5 suited, we're all in. All right, here we go. To take a big lead, we're in pretty good here. No king, no 6. 13%. Hey, let's go, dude. Making the straight. We are in a very strong position now. 1,028. Pretty close to closing this thing out as well. Queen 3 suited's not quite worth calling a jam. think I'm going to check. I'm assuming the WAMP is pretty protected with their limping range. And so it's not like, 2015 where we can just like rip and own people, I don't think. But here, I do want to check raise. With our pair queens. Like, now we just like our hand. We want to get money in the pot. They call. Turn is not the best. Still, we only have a half pot bet here, so we're going to go all in with our queen. They also have a queen. We chop it up. Okay. We chop it up, daddy. 4-6. Folding. If they limp, I raise bluff to 180. With our jack deuce. And we take it. Same thing with the jack deuce here. Going to limp fold. But we hit a pair of jacks, which is great. Bet 120. 3/4 of the pot with our top pair. In a reasonably connected board, we just take it down. Again, 1K to 500. This could be it. We call ace deuce ace 5. Okay, we're probably going to chop here. Every once in a while, we don't. So far, very lucky. Wow. I mean, it's luck. It is luck. We're going to chop most of the time there, but I will take the win. I accept. First spin of the episode, we take it down. So, based on what we had going, we need to win this next one to move up. You got to win 2 at the $100 levels to move up. It's a special, it gets harder at the higher parts of the ladder. And 2 to move down. So this is it. If we win, we're up in stakes. If we lose, we're down. So let's go. Spin number 2 on the episode, man. For 300. Perfect. Against our old friends, Origin Love and Bijak Main. This is exciting, though, man. If we take this one down, we're firing at 250. 250 spinner, dude. We're going to fold the deuce 4. Raise up with the queen 8 of hearts. Ooh. Okay. Gonna bet 1/3 on the queen 9. Bijak mains. Make a little move here, Bijak. On the turn, we make a full house. I think just bet. Size it to where we can jam the river. Easy call. Queen 7. Unlucky for them. Full house is good, Dottie. Let's go. We are heads up. If we win, we're up to the 250s for the last episode of the day. And we're in a good spot here. I mean, we have a tough opponent. They're playing well. They're no pushover. But a 2-1 lead is looking good, man. Raise get a call to the flop. King 10-3. Check. Jack on the turn. We have an open-ender, queen high. What do I like doing here? We'll fold to the pot bet, I think, with the open-ender. Raise to 120. Please go for the limp jam, bro. Please. I mean, part of me just wants to, game flow-wise, we've done this a lot. He's going to be thinking, can he really do it again? Can he really bluff in this spot? But I can't level myself, dude. Listen. Got kings. You just inflate the pot, Just, put money in the middle is going to be a good approach. We bet 140 into 240. Just over half the pot here. 60%. And we should likely check turn, to be honest. On the 8 of diamonds, not so much. A lot of hands have equity here that we want to get value from now. 7-8, 2 pair. King in the river. Oh, I don't feel bad about that, dude. I do not feel bad about that, man. I don't. I had him crushed the whole way, chat, until the turn. The set of kings in the river, I accept. I was going to check on a lot of turns, but on that turn, they have a lot of 1-pair type hands. Top pair. They picked up a straight draw, flush draw, or a pair and a gut shot. A lot of those hands, we don't want to give them a way out. I don't think so. We just shoved the turn. They did end up making 2-pair, but we take it down. And you know what that means, dude? We won that for 300, which means we won the first one for 200, won the second one for 300. We're in for $200, and we've cashed for 500. $300 profit. Legit. But now we are up to the $250 level. So how that works, we have to win 2 in a row at the 250s. You have to win 2 to move up, and if you lose just 1, you move down in stakes. But we're going to fire one right now. Let's get it, man. You guys ready? We can win up to $1 million in this spin. We could be playing for $1 million in about 5 seconds. And we could also just be playing for $500. But hey, that's a chunk of change, man. That is a chunk of change. Here we go. Pure Sig 1 and the Real Rond for 750. Here we go. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these two players was watching the spin stream. They're full-time spin players, and they're hopping in because they're like, oh, Jamie's playing spins. I play spins full-time. I got an edge on this guy at a $250 buy-in. That could totally be happening, but I'm okay with it. Listen, I'm fine rumbling at the higher stake spins and understanding I'm taking slightly the worst of it. I just like the ladder challenge. I think it's good fun. We're going to fold here. So we are playing a 3x for 750. And let's see how we get on. Pure Sig goes to the raise, 2.5x. We're going to call with the King Deuce. Great flop for us. Top and bottom pair, 3 spades on the board. I think we definitely want to raise flop and just push our equity, right? What happens if they have an ace or a queen or a jack of spades? Want them to put in money now where they're behind. What happens if they have just a king X or a 10x? It's like, we want to get money now before the board gets scary. So bet. But it checks to us. So I don't think we actually want to go big. We're not going to be able to get them to fold good spade draws here, you know? So like, that isn't going to be an objective of ours in this situation, to try and get them to fold the queen of spades or jack of spades. It's just not going to work. Rather, I would like to be able to represent some bluffs and bet a smaller sizing. And then we can get some of those hands that have equity to fold on the turn, where we get to capture the whole pot. It's just not going to work on the flop. There's too much open-ended information. We're playing some bigger spins here on our spin ladder. It's going okay. King, queen, 8. We want to bet on the bigger side, I think. Problem is we can't really bet a size that looks natural to where the turn is easy to play. Like, I bet 97 here, which is going to put like 325 in the middle with 388 back, which is awkward. But I also don't want to bet like 90% on that flop. It seems kind of silly. Okay. So I'm going to limp. Playable hand. Oh, wait. It comes as a raise because this player isn't. It looks like a raise. It's very weird how it works that way. Trip 10s. We need a king or an 8. We still win some chips, actually. Which is funny. Because they were all in blinds. What did we get called with that last hand? 3-9 was against queen 9, so they called with the 9. Fair enough. Queen 9 against jack 10. Queen ball, come on. Don't bring Pure Sig back into this, bro. We do not need more players in this thing. We do not. Pure Sig's back on 100 chips. Don't count them out. Do not. Don't do that. You're making a mistake if you count them out. We're going to fold the 5-7. Rondo's going to battle against Pure Sig here with any 2 cards. King 9 against queen 10. King 9's got the lead, and trips. It's going to be tough to come back from this. Pure Sig is eventually gone from the tournament. GG. We are heads up for $750 and 3 for 3 spin episode right now. Come on, dude. Come on, chat. Raise to 180 over the limp. Take it. Check with 8-9. Good flop. Third pair, gut shot. Okay. That's a vibe. That's a vibe, dude. I'm in for that. Check call here. Ace Jack folded. Charlie Mack, am I playing you? Charlie Mack? Or was I playing you? If so, GG, man. We don't want to bet too big here, I don't think. Bet 60 against Rondo. And they fold. Okay. Take it down with a full house, which is fine. Kings, we're going to limp. This could be it, dude. We could win $750 right now. Top set. Going to slow play. So hard for them to have anything here. Let's check it back. A lot of draws Rondo can have in this spot. Please overbet. Please. Bet like 180. Gonna raise. It doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to raise. Right? There's just so many hands that can have equity here. I want to raise. I want to put in money now. Kind of like a 2-1 lead. This is a call. Deuces for all the chips, chat. Come on! Hold it! No king 10 or 9 or 8! Let's go! 3 for 3, baby! Come on! Yes! Yes, man. Chat. What does that mean? So we bought in for 2 100s and a 250 for 450, right? And we cashed for 300 plus 200 plus 750 for 1250. 1250 minus 450 is 800 profit. That's a good 3 spins, yo. That is a good 3 spins.